Here is the test result to show which character, between Albedo, C6, Mono, C6, Yelan, C1, and Ayaka, C4, is best for Itto 4th team slot. As you can see, Albedo is almost dead last. The reason is, although his E can proc for 46,000, it only happened once every 2 seconds. Compared to others that buff Itto that hit 4 to 5 times in that 2 seconds, Itto deal much more damage with just 10,000 damage increase. But in reality, everyone's buff increased Itto damage more than 10,000. Also, there are cases where Albedo's E didn't do damage at all. Enemies spawn too far away from each other, or it got destroyed. And because the whole team are of Geo element, there will be no crystallize, and that mean we can't extend Goro burst for 3 more seconds. The important 3 seconds that allow it last long enough to buff second Itto E, aka Ushi. And that is Albedo, C6, with R5, event weapon. Next is Mono, C6. Although she can cause crystallize, her own buff is very short-lived. And she also holding thrilling tales of dragon slayers, that mean you have to use Goro burst first, then Mono last, before Itto. And that shorten Goro buff time. Also, Mono buff only affect enemies that hit by her burst, it did nothing to enemies that spawn in later. Mono can give Itto the biggest number in buff, but is very short-lived. Now, Yelan, C1, FYI you can also use her at C0. She didn't build to do damage at all in this steal. She got 300 energy recharge and holding Favonius Warbow. She can cause crystallize, and her buff lasts long enough for Itto to use Ushi again, while Yelan and Goro buff still active. Ops, it dies before Ushi even hit him. Okay, second take. There. Her buff is portable. And it's an actual buff, not debuff on the enemies. So, no matter how many waves of enemies spawn, it will still increase Itto damage without fail. Last but not least, Ayaka, C4, R1. She didn't only put debuff on enemies, she also do a lot of damage herself. This Ayaka focus on energy recharge, not damage. If she go full damage build, the boss could die a lot faster. But she also has the same problem as Mono. Her debuff only affect enemies that hit by her burst, it did nothing to enemies that spawn in later. So, in conclusion, Albedo isn't the best choice for Itto team, he's just optional, but not the best.